California. Interior truck stop diner that night. A typical 90s-style diner. It's late and mostly empty. A large trucker, bursting out of his dickies, sits at a tiny table. He's looking at a plastic-covered menu, seemingly perplexed. Sid, now dressed in a stained waitress uniform, stands next to the trucker, seemingly patient, waiting for him to make up his goddamn mind.
What comes with the eggs?
Choice of bacon or sausage and a side of toast.
I'm gonna go with a burger.
One burger coming right up.
Sid forces a polite smile and turns to walk to the kitchen.
I'll also take your number, honey.
Sid stops walking, pauses, then turns to him. He's peering at her, smiling seductively with stained, crooked teeth. She walks back over to him.
You want my number, huh?
Yeah.
Sid leans down, putting her palms on the table so she's face to face with him.
What's a man like you gonna do with my number?
Sid stares at him with an unnerving intensity. He's totally thrown, becomes very self-aware, stops smiling, and awkwardly looks away.
Sorry, I didn't mean any, just the burger.
Sid stares at him a moment longer, then...
Be ready shortly.
She turns and walks away, bearing a slight grin. Cut to, interior 1980s Honda Accord, later same night. Sid drives down the dirt road, Indigo Girl's Closer to Fine playing over the speakers. She drives by Cody's place, sees his truck, then looks forward, stops suddenly. She sees John's truck parked out in front of their house, and the lights are on. She sits a moment in thought, uncertain of what lays ahead, then resumes driving. Interior Carlson Ranch House, moments later. The front door opens and Sid enters. She sees John sitting at the table, facing away from her, the whiskey bottle in front of him, now nearly gone. The door to the bathroom is shut. Sid surveys the situation a moment before she speaks, then...
You're Marley?
No response from John.
I'm guessing you found what was sitting on the dresser.
That's what I love about you, Sid. You always were a good guesser.
I wasn't gonna go.
You weren't going to go to California with my brother?
It wasn't my idea.
You bought the ticket.
Cody insisted.
You seriously expect me to believe that?
It's the truth.
Oh, don't treat me like a fucking idiot!
John winces slightly. He exhales, touching his side.
You okay?
I'm fine.
From John's tone, Sid picks up that he's injured.
Take you saw Cody.
You could say that.
What'd he tell you?
That while you two were conspiring to run off, you sealed the deal by fucking.
That is a lie.
He said that you made the face.
What face?
That face that you make. How would he know that?
Maybe he heard it from you.
Why would I tell him that?
Because it's the type of shit guys talk about.
Ah, you're a liar.
Don't call
Sid.
me that.
You're a brother fucking liar.
Sid slaps the shit out of John. An odd moment of silence between them.
Look, things haven't been great between us lately, and the fight we had over you not wanting a kid...
I'm not getting into that.
Or maybe if we did get into that, I wouldn't have gone along with Cody on these tickets. You think about that?
So the whole thing's my fault.
I ain't like other people around here. I want to do more, see more. I can't just be here waiting to grow old and die.
All you had to do was wait just a little longer, and we could have had it all.
What do you mean?
John takes a folded-in-half piece of paper out of his pocket, putting it on the table. Sid picks it up, reads it. We see the typed print. Mr. Carlson, it is our sincere pleasure to offer you the position of Regional Director of Drilling Operations for Raleigh Energy Incorporated. Sid stops reading, looks at John.
What does this mean?
I achieved something that will finally get me off the road and you out of that diner. Better pay, regular hours, new town.
New town?
Jobs up in Cripple Creek.
I had no idea you were even trying for this.
I wanted to surprise you.
Telling me you got a job where we gotta move 4 hours north to an even more godforsaken place than this? I'm pretty damn surprised.
Well, you don't gotta worry about it, 'cause everything's fucked.
Sid gets up, and in angry fashion starts to put on a coat.
What are you doing?
I'm going to your brother's house to wake his ass up. And that motherfucker should thank his stars I don't got a gun.
Sid, he's here.
What do you mean, here?
He's in the bathroom.
Sid scans John's face. He stares back at her coldly. She turns and walks to the bathroom door. We see John, his eyes following her. We hear the bathroom door creak open. Silence. Sid re-enters the kitchen in a state of holy shit. She and John stare at one another for a moment.
John, what did you do? What are you going to do now?
John rises, walks to Sid, a slight limp in his step. We can tell she's scared, but she holds her ground.
You're asking if I'm going to kill you too?
Are you?
Not at the moment. But I might change my mind.
John turns, puts on his coat, then his hat. Sid stands motionless, watching him. John walks to the door, picks up his duffel, and without acknowledging Sid again, exits. A moment later, his truck starts and drives off. Sid remains standing.